Well, Ashley, you can go ahead and wherever our little board is, the spot over here, and mark off. I had them losing, and you had them losing. We were the only ones that did. I don't know what that currently gives our rankings right now in the sports office.
I will figure it out.
But Browns fall 27-14 to the Steelers. They split their 2 games with the Steelers this year. And this was it just felt like a lifeless game to watch. And Jameis Winston said it afterwards, but he was like, the Cleveland Browns beat the Cleveland Browns. That's just what it felt like.
Yeah, there was a lot of miscues. I mean, it just seems like everything just wasn't going right. Outside of the Jerry Jeudy touchdown in the beginning of the game, it just kind of seemed like everything went downhill from there. Obviously, statistics-wise, the Steelers are a better team than the Browns, but definitely expected them to keep up with them a little bit more than what they did. Then again, they are coming off a crazy snow game on the Thursday Night Football against the Steelers. Then you turn around, you go to Monday Night Football with the Denver Broncos. Then you turn around and you have another big AFC North matchup. So I just feel like you were saying it's crazy that they're 3-10. I mean, we have to remember that me and Leah haven't been a part of some of the Browns teams that have not been as good.
Last year was our first year.
Right, and we know that they were very good last year.
You just feel the dramatic drop-off from last season to this season, but you return pretty much everyone on the defense, and it felt like no one was playing that well today. Offense, defense, I hate to talk about special teams, but Dustin Hopkins, it was just, he missed 2 field goals today, and then you want to talk about Kadarius Toney with a muffed pun, and then
only in there for
fair catch got a penalty, and it was just
2 plays in the fourth quarter, and those are the 2 plays, a taunting call and a muffed punt that.
And it's just it's a lack of discipline that you can see with this team, and the wheels already have been falling off, but it just seems even more noticeable today.
Yeah, you know, with Dustin Hopkins, I'm just really curious what's going on.
Right.
But then again, last year was his best career year. So it's not like last year is what he had been doing consistently. I mean, he was still playing, decent, but last year was his best career year. So I wonder where the drop-off is. But then you could ask the same exact thing with the defense, right? Where is the drop-off from being the number 1 defense in the NFL to I don't even know where they fall at right now at this moment in the NFL. So.
When you look at Jameis Winston's numbers, 24 for 41, 212 yards.
Coming off a franchise night.
Yeah, like 497 yards, 500 yards, whatever it was. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's about what you expect with Jameis Winston. You get a couple touchdowns, but you're also going to get a couple picks. He asked the Lord to deliver him from pick sixes. No pick sixes.
No, he did deliver. The Lord did show up. That is for sure.
He did
not deliver him from picks. So
no.
That is for sure. And I mean, you can even see for what Russell was able to do, right? 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. He didn't have any astronomical numbers either. It's just that they're playing sound football. They're playing on each level, each phase they're hitting on all cylinders at that point. And I don't think like the Steelers had the greatest game in the world either.
Right.
But I think that they played enough to beat them, obviously by over 10 points. So it's like Cleveland struggles to just get points on the board. You know what I mean?
Just not get in their own way.
Even the last pick, instead of trying to get over and go into more, you just would have went over the middle and hit, I think it was Jerome Ford. It just would have been the safer bet. You still would have picked up about 10 yards or whatever, but you're not using the turnover, in the best way that you could have. Right. Yeah. And who knows if they would have made a comeback, but they would have been in a better position for sure.
And something worth noting, Stefanski did say Dustin Hopkins is our kicker. He is our kicker moving forward.
It sounds just like
what was interesting though is he was asked, "Are you sticking with Jameis Winston? Is there a chance we could see DTR moving forward?" And he wouldn't answer and commit to Jameis as our guy moving forward. And they have the Chiefs coming to town next week.
We've already talked. We were talking about this. I mean, what else do we need to see from DTR?
Right.
I think there's no other better position than you can ask to be put in as a rookie quarterback, which is last year when you were able to, Deshaun went down once again. He was able to be used. Then Flacco comes in because he's not able to do anything and get the job done. Then you're in the same position this year. I mean, what else do you? He has had an ample amount of opportunities to show what he could do, and I love DTR, right? But I just don't think that he is it for this. The most I think right now where he can be is a third string. Not saying that he can't get better, but it just seems like a franchise like this has to have a good quarterback. And clearly, has to have a good backup quarterback.
The only benefit that you would have is if you put him in, because odds are they might not have Jameis Winston next year. Who the heck knows?
Well, I don't know why they need to
keep him around. They didn't bring Flacco back.
I feel like they should bring him back. I mean,
and I thought they should have brought Flacco back. I think they should bring Jameis back compared to what we have as our other options. But the argument would be if we put DTR in just to see what we have moving forward. And Stefanski had been asked about it. The rest of these games, like, are you considering maybe just looking ahead and getting him that experience and putting him in? And of course he gives the generic coach answer of, we're just trying to worry about winning one game at a time. But that'll be interesting to see what they do, especially because he wouldn't commit. Normally I feel like he had said, you know, Jameis is our quarterback.
Is our starter. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. So I don't know, but it's very interesting though, because I mean, you turn around, you have the Chiefs, like you said, and naturally because the Chiefs are so good, teams tend to really, really try and play on their level, right? So you have to hope that it's not going to be a blowout. I can't say that I believe that the Browns would win, but I think it's in their favor that it's at home. Hopefully the weather is okay, and they know that this is a very, very good team. And you also, I'm sure they don't want Travis Kelce to come in here and have just a blazing game. If your girl Taylor's in the building, they don't want that. They don't want to be any more embarrassed than what probably they had. Then you turn around, you also have the Bengals and then the Dolphins. The Dolphins still need to get their wins because they are in playoff contention, and you know, Bengals not really.
Cincinnati Ravens.
And then Ravens. We know the last game we're not going to see, and I would be surprised we even saw Lamar playing that game, because at that point they'll be good to go. Or they might play a couple snaps and that's it. But at this point, it just seems like they should start looking ahead.
Yeah.
Because even if you turn around and won the last four, still not going to put you where you need to be.
Yeah, and you could just kind of feel that, seeing the lack of discipline, feeling like it seems like some people have given up, that it's just wheels have fallen off. They fell off a long time ago.
Well, they're holding on by one, like a hub, because
oh boy,
I don't know what else to say at this point.
Yeah, Browns fall in Pittsburgh, 27-14 for Ashley Holder, Emily Adorni.